What's up, everyone? I know it's been a wild few 24 hours now, not even 24 hours since this trade happened, and yet we're already kind of just in awe and shock still. We haven't come to terms with it. I know Marcel over at Mavericks Digest, he is going through the gutter dealing with this right now. I mean, no one saw this coming. No one. No one saw this trade coming. Like, not even Luka, no one in the front office over there, all right? It was literally just a conversation between Pelinka and Nico Harrison. That was it. And I'll be honest. I'll give you my honest opinion first. I'm sorry I didn't stream last night. By the time I got done hopping on everyone else's stream, making a video, trying to get all the details figured out about the trade, it was 3 a.m. It was 3 a.m. once I finally got everything figured out, did my video, did everything else. If you haven't seen that already, by the way, please check that out. All right. Our videos have not been, I haven't been doing too well, but getting real around 1.5 to 2K views each time. But we were doing good for a little bit and they just kind of hit a dip. It happens, but I'm not too worried. But if you want to see, that reaction and everything, go check that out. But my honest, short, simple reaction is the Mavs are idiots. Nico Harrison is a dumbass. He needs to be fired. Short and simple. You traded away someone who is arguably, when he's healthy, a top 3 player in the world. He's only 25, by the way. Only 25. And they traded him away for Anthony Davis and a first-round pick. Are you kidding me? He was worth, he was only worth one more first-round pick than Josh Giddey. Let that sink in a little bit to the Mavs. Let that sink in. He pretty much had no value to the Mavs front office, is what it looks like with what they got in return with the trade. On paper, I saw someone comment as well. I look at the new Mavs lineup. I look at it. On paper, it looks like a solid lineup if you were in 2K15. All right? In 2K15, it looks like a solid lineup. In the year 2025, you're telling me a big three of Kyrie, AD, and Klay Thompson is, supposed to win you a championship? None of those guys on there are number one scoring options anymore. AD used to be, yes. Kyrie had that potential, and he was for a short term, yes. Klay Thompson has never been number one scoring option because he doesn't have an offensive bag. His offensive bag is coming off of screens, catch and shoot three, bang. That's his offensive bag. So they don't have a true number one scoring option now when I look at it. When he's healthy, AD isn't a ham sandwich. It's just one of those things where it's like, man, like AD's a great player. Yes, all right? But he is, exiting his prime now. That's simple. Mavs don't want to pay an unhealthy, injury-prone player a max contract. Then why'd they go get Anthony Davis? He's the same guy. That's the same player. That's the thing that doesn't make sense to me. It's like, if they wanted someone that wasn't so injury-prone, they wanted someone, like they said the concept, defense wins championships. When you look at what happened to them today against the Cavaliers, and I get it, they were extremely injured, but I just think it was strange how on the initial injury report, Kyrie, Gafford, and PJ weren't questionable. Then all of a sudden, a day after the trade, they were questionable. That's interesting to me. That is very interesting to me, and they didn't end up playing. What's up, Matthew? It's just the trade doesn't make sense to me because of what they got back in return. That's the big thing. All right. They got back Anthony Davis, who is just as injury-prone, if not more injury-prone, than Luka Doncic. And he hasn't been that injured this season, but historically speaking, now that he's getting older as well, he's going to get injured. He's going to get injured. And I don't think people realize either, for the Mavs, they built that team around Luka for offense, all right? They're like, okay, let's get some good defensive players who know how to do like catch and shoot and everything and can work off ball for Luka, all right? That's what they did. Now what are they going to do with that offense? It just doesn't make sense to me when I look at it. That offense in Dallas is going to be horrible now. It's going to be horrible. The defense might be a little bit better. Yes, it might be. But that offense, they'll barely be cracking 100. All right, on a regular night. That's what's going to be happening. They'll barely be cracking 100 on a regular night. And then, when they play teams like the Thunder who have great defense, if PJ Washington doesn't have some sort of like blood magic game against the Thunder, they'll only score like 80 points. That offense is going to be horrendous. The Lakers got an absolute steal. All right, let's get that out of the way. The Lakers got someone who, when healthy, The only person that is better than him on the planet is Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. All right? And I'll go ahead and say it. There are some games Luka does play better than Shai. All right? They're very, interchangeable for 1 and 2, in my opinion. In my honest opinion, not trying to be biased here because I'm a Thunder guy. In my honest, humble opinion, I think you can interchange them from game to game who is the best in the world. Truly. All right? Horrible. Yeah, I'm being dead ass. Horrible. And Matthew kind of feeds to that point right there. Kyrie might leave now. I get it. Him and Anthony Davis have this relationship already. Okay? I get that. But he was enjoying playing with Luka. They had a true, kind of great relationship going on. He's on the final year of his contract. He has a player option he could accept. I doubt he accepts this player option. I doubt it. I bet Kyrie is pissed off and knows, hey, trading Luka, I get it. You guys are trying to do a win now move right now. But the win now move was getting another role player that can play defense and let Luka cook once he is back, because he's about to be back. That was the move right there. Okay? That was the big move that they should have done. But no, they decided to just flip everything upside down, go back on everything that they were kind of standing for this season. They just went to the finals last year, and Luka was injured for a majority of it. Okay? Let that sink in. They went to the finals, and Luka was injured for the majority of it, yet they still traded him. That's what makes no sense. But the Lakers, absolute steal. All right? I'll go ahead and say that. Lakers, absolute steal. Maxi Kleber, Markieff Morris, who cares? The big news in that trade is Luka Doncic. And it's going to be a passing of the torch situation between Luka and LeBron. That's, all right? That's the thing right there, all right? Thunder fan giving tips to division rivals is wild. Then why are you watching? That's simple. Why are you watching then, all right? The hell, man. I'm just going to, I'll do my spiel, okay? You can have your opinion, all right? You can have your opinion. If you don't agree with me and you hate it that much, all right? And you think it's that wild, then go watch a different stream. That's simple, all right? Get out of here. Like I was saying, the Lakers just got a generational talent that's going to replace LeBron, all right? That they can easily build around because people want to play with Luka, okay? They want to play with Luka. That's simple. That's simple. All right. The Lakers have it figured out. They're going to be great. Not this season. This season, I think it's going to take an adjustment period for Luka in Los Angeles, and especially LeBron, who's always been the number one option in his career. Okay. They went from no future to great one night. Exactly. And it's because you had a guy like Luka. You had a guy like Luka. Okay. It's just the fact that he's, one of those few players in the NBA. People will take a pay cut and, go play with them because of how good they are. That's why. He's up there in that tier with Wemby and Jokic, all right? I want to say Shai, but Shai doesn't have that kind of draw that they have. Shai is, top 3 player in the league, undoubtedly. He is the MVP this season. But he doesn't have that kind of draw or, curb appeal that some of these other players have when trying to draw talent. And part of that is just due to the fact where he plays in Oklahoma City. That's the main reason for that, I think so. You can get some guys that will take paycheck cuts, like the young guys in Chet and Dub. But other than that, I don't think, already solidified stars or great players in the league will take pay cuts to play with Shai. Luka, however, and to play in Los Angeles for the Lakers, I think they would do that. I truly think so. And so that's why I think the Lakers have a great future. And I don't think they're done trading yet. I still think they're going to go out and try to get someone. I have a gut feeling. It's not been reported by anyone, knowledgeable and, kind of someone that we can take more than a grain of salt. It's all guys like Evan Siddery, Doug Central. And we love the Doug Central here because they give us great videos every day. All right. And Legion Hoops, but those are not trustworthy sources to take this. Oh, Lakers are going to go after and target Walker Kessler now. All right. That's simple. And so it's one of those things where I have a gut feeling that they're just not done. I have a gut feeling the Mavericks aren't done. Talking with Marcel as well, it sounds like they aren't done either. Okay. And people are saying they're going to flip 80 for Jimmy Butler. No, they're not. They're not. They're not going to do that. Nico Harrison has already said it out there that they have a plan for AD. All right. A plan for the team to win a championship. trading AD for Jimmy Butler just makes no sense in that regard. I don't think trading for Jimmy Butler, it makes any sense for the Mavericks. I don't think it does. I think it would be a stupid trade because to make that work, you have to give up Gafford and PJ Washington at the least to match contracts and make it where, like, okay, we could potentially take that and then 2 first-round picks. And they can only trade away 3 of theirs right now. That's all they have left that they can trade. So it just doesn't make sense for them to go after a guy like Jimmy Butler. I could see them going after some injured guys and trying to, restack for next season. For this season, I don't think they're going after anyone major anymore. I didn't think they were going after anyone major to begin with. Then seeing that trade out of nowhere in the middle of the night blew my mind. All right. I respect the content. I think AD is still really good. He is good. I'm not trying to say he is horrible. I'm just trying to say there's a difference from just putting together a team of a bunch of good players, okay, and expecting it to win, than building a team around a specific player, then trading him in the middle of the season. There's a difference to that. The Dallas Mavericks were specifically built to maximize Luka Doncic and get the most out of him that could win them a championship. That's what that team was built, truly. Now you just trade away the guy that you built that team for. You expect someone like Kyrie or Anthony Davis to step into that role when they just can't, all right? They can't. I think Kyrie is pissed now. I think he's going to want out. He might not even give it his all the rest of the season here and just be like, look, I'll decline my player option and go somewhere else. That's my whole point with why I think the Mavericks just made a horrible trade, is because that team was specifically built around one of the greatest basketball players in the world right now, and then you just completely ruined it overnight. That's why I think it's horrible for the Mavericks. And that's why I don't even know if they're going to make the playoffs. I think they make the play-in, all right? But the playoffs, I don't think so, because that chemistry is all sorts of messed up now. All sorts of messed up. And like Matthew said, it's good versus superstar. I want to say it's good versus superstar. I would say it's, all-star versus top tier. All right. Dallas got better on defense in my eyes. Should be really tough to drive the ball on them. They still don't have a great perimeter. They got better interior-wise. Yes, they did. There's no denying that. Perimeter, though, there's still cones out there. You're expecting a perimeter of Klay Thompson and Kyrie Irving to stop offenses? That's not happening. Kyrie's a good defender. Klay Thompson, though, he can't move. All right? Even then, and I look at it as well of like a matchup between OKC and Dallas, because it's always been, in my mind, worried about the Dallas Mavericks. Before the trade, I was always worried about that. I was looking at today. I think OKC matches up even better now. I truly believe that. We've already seen moments where Chet has defended Anthony Davis very well. Hartenstein, with his big body, I have confidence he can defend Anthony Davis very well as well. You could go double big, have one of them guard Davis, another one roam the paint a little bit and shot block and rebound. Then with the other 2 guys, Klay and Kyrie and PJ, the 3 guys right there, I think you put Lou on Kyrie Irving. You put Dub on PJ. You put Shai on Klay. I think that's great right there. I think the Thunder just match up better now against the Dallas Mavericks because of this trade. Because Luka Doncic is one of those guys. It doesn't matter who you're putting on him. He's still going to give you at least 25, 9, and 9 a game. That's just the type of player he is. It doesn't matter who's on him. He's still going to get those numbers. All right. Lively and AD might be tough. Lively's not playing this season, though. He's injured for the rest of the season and even the playoffs. He's done. All right. He's not coming back this year. So maybe next year. Yeah. And that's if Lively can come back from this injury he's going through. It's just, I look at it and honestly, I feel bad for the city of Dallas. I feel bad for Mavericks fans because I feel like majority of the rivalry came down between, who's going to be the next greatest guard? Shai or Luka. All right. And then that playoff series definitely helped out feeding into the kind of, just intensity of it. Now it's all gone. You're telling me we should have a rivalry with Shai and Kyrie Irving? No. All right. If they had 2016 Klay, it would be completely different. It would. It'd be completely different if they had 2016 Klay. Even 2018, 2019 Klay would be different. But it's the fact that you have all these players that have already left their prime or in leaving their prime this season. Kyrie Irving had to step it up into second gear and everything because Luka was out. Prime Kyrie Irving would have done better numbers than that, though, and would have kept the Mavericks a little bit more afloat. Prime Anthony Davis, all right. I think it's the fact that he's leaving his prime now. He's still a good player, like I mentioned earlier, all right? He's still really good. I'm not trying to take that away. But there are levels to this, in my opinion, all right? The Mavericks are kind of considering it a win-now move, and I don't see it like that at all, all right? I don't see it in that regard at all because it just doesn't really make sense when you look at, like I mentioned, with how the team's built, how, other teams are built in the West. It just doesn't make a whole lot of sense whatsoever. And so it just doesn't really work out. You have a bunch of old guys on that team now that, like I said, exiting their prime or have already exited their prime. Spencer Dinwiddie, he's not the greatest player in the world, all right? He's serviceable off the bench, but now he's probably going to have to start, and that's not good. They're still shopping Gafford as well, by the way. They're still shopping Gafford, so he could be traded, and they could lose arguably their best center at the time. If they truly wanted to go double big lineup with Gafford, then Anthony Davis starting at power forward like he wanted to, they could do that. But I don't think that's going to happen considering the fact that they still want to trade Gafford. They're still shopping around before the February 6th deadline. It's just, a lot of this just doesn't make sense to me. That's the big thing. A lot of it just doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. It just truly doesn't. Lakers, in my opinion, and I can give a grade real quick for it, okay? Anthony Edwards is in that best guard discussion. There's no doubt he is, in that best guard discussion. I think there's been some guards in this league that have really taken a step that are now contending with him in that spot. LaMelo Ball, Tyler Hero even, Jalen Brunson, these guys. If you want to consider Jaylen Brown a guard, you can. I do at times. He's technically front court, but I do see him as a guard at times, all right? Laker got a box office superstar after Braun. What up, Boston? What up? It's just, man. But anyways, grading the trades here, all right? Grading the trades real quick. I personally, this is after looking at it and everything, taking a whole day to kind of process it. I have the Lakers getting a B+. B+, okay? Because they still need to go get a center, all right? If they were able to get Gafford in that deal somehow as well, I would have gave it an A+. But they still need a center. They haven't figured out they haven't solved that one weakness that they had and honestly made it worse. That's why I'm giving it a B+, but you did get Luka Doncic back in return, who's a top 3 player in the world. The Dallas Mavericks, for me, are getting a D+. D, not B. D as in dog, okay? It just, you ruined the whole chemistry and layout of the team. That's what happened just now. They ruined the whole chemistry and layout, and you betrayed the fan base, and you betrayed some of the players in your organization. That's what they did. That's going to cause a sort of division amongst the team where Klay Thompson wanted to go to the Dallas Mavericks because of Luka. Now he doesn't have that. Why should he keep playing there? Kyrie Irving was staying because of Luka and the relationship they built. I understand he has a relationship with Anthony Davis, but also it's the last year of his contract that he could have. He has that player option. He could decline it and go to a different team. The Mavericks and Nico Harrison have just left a ton of uncertainty with that team and that fan base to now where, the Maverick fans for life, they have no clue what the plan is 2 years from now even. Usually teams have a sort of plan after 2 to 3, even 4 years. The Mavericks are right now where it's oh my goodness, we have to win this season or maybe even next season if Kyrie decides to save the team one more time, all right? Before it's kind of, Nico Harrison, you're fired. You just ruined this organization. This is a move Jerry Jones would do. If I'm going to put it into Dallas sports fans to understand, this is the type of move that Jerry Jones would do, okay? Unless there's some office dramas, it makes no sense, and even then, you do what you have to do to make him happy. Exactly. The fact that Nico Harrison also came out and said it's because of his weight concern and defensive ability is absurd. Absurd to say there. He looked better on defense this year to me as well when we saw him play. Dallas is still a threat to us in a 7-game series, but will they make it? AD isn't a mega superstar. Exactly, all right? He's a superstar, but it's not on the level of Luka, Shai, and all of them. I think they get to the play-in. It's just a matter of can the chemistry get there before, the play-in games. Getting AD of Luka would have been so scary. It would have. Fully healthy Memphis roster still scares me out west, but now nobody scares me outside them. Boston, Cleveland, and NBA don't think the Knicks are deep enough to win the NBA Finals. I agree with that. All right, I think the Knicks had to get some depth, and they just haven't at all. So it makes it a little bit where it's like, oh, kind of scary there. Memphis is a little bit scary, but there's also a lot of uncertainty there as well. Zach Edey, yes, he's been great so far this season for them. He's still a rookie, though, okay? Ja Morant is known to be injury prone, okay? After that, you got to rely on Desmond Bane and Jaren Jackson Jr., and offensively, that just doesn't cut it. So there's still uncertainty over there. Oklahoma City Thunder don't really have any uncertainty whatsoever. That's why I think it kind of opens up a clear path for the Thunder out in the Western Conference now with this trade. Makes me thankful for Sam Presti and Clay Bennett. What about Utah's great? Hey, Utah Jazz got the steal there. I can't believe that the Los Angeles Lakers let the Utah Jazz get the steal of the century with Jalen Hood-Schifino, man. Absolutely wild that the Los Angeles Lakers did that, man. Absolutely wild. No, Utah, honestly, like I would give them I would give them a B minus. They had no business getting in that trade, but the fact that they did and somehow still got Jalen Hood-Schifino and 2 picks as well is a Danny Ainge thing to do. So, yeah, Utah, in my opinion, gets a B for this trade. B minus, somewhere around there. Memphis is wild card by, I think, a year away. Everyone says that with Memphis. It's always year away. And then all of a sudden, the next year, when it's like, oh, it's supposed to be their year now, some other team comes out of the blue. This year, it's the Thunder. Next year, it's probably going to be the Rockets. And the year after that, it's probably going to be the Spurs. So that's why I think they're always going to be this team that's like, oh, my goodness, imagine next year when everyone forgets that teams, besides the Grizzlies, are also going to get better. And yeah, like, they could be nice. Sometimes you can find diamonds in the rough with those second-round picks. But it's just the fact, like, they had no business getting that trade, but yet they still got a player out of it with sending away, I think, like, 1 pick or so. It just doesn't really make a sense, you know? Never seen a Thunder fan so joyful about everyone else thriving. It's because the NBA is better when teams are good. You can't just have these 3 teams in the league that everyone's like, oh my God, it's going to be one of these 3 teams that win the league. You got to have like these 6 to 8 teams that are always going to compete with each other. That's why. It doesn't make it fun. Dallas has size, but who's going to score unless AD goes for 50? Exactly. They don't have a true number 1 scoring option. All these guys could be borderline number 1s, but they're all number 2s, realistically. Kyrie Irving is no longer a number 1 scoring option. Anthony Davis is no longer a number 1 scoring option. That's why. I think that this Memphis team fully healthy is a knockoff version of Cleveland. Yeah, I see that a little bit. Like I said, they kind of had the same problem Thunder had last season, age. Can you really trust a starting rookie center in the playoffs? Can you trust John Morant to not get injured again or do something stupid? A bunch of stuff like that. Need another big man. The Thunder or Lakers? Let me know what you mean by that. Laker probably trying to get Walker Kessler or Laurie. I've heard Walker Kessler. I've heard Jonas. I heard Nikola Vucevic. Interesting. All right. Thunder need another big man. I don't think so. I don't think so. I thought about that for a little bit as well. We can talk about it. I'm also doing a video on that after this. Chet's about to be back, guys. I don't know if you saw the videos of him at the practice yesterday. He is about to be back. He's moving very well. It's the first time he's going against other members of the team as well in like 3-on-3 settings. He's looking really good. That's why I don't think it would be nice if the Thunder would make a trade, just because it's always nice to see your team make a trade and be like, oh my goodness, this is so exciting. We just got a new guy. Let's see how he fits in. The only 2 guys I see worth it would be, Cameron Johnson or Bobby Portis. Chris Paul would be nice, but I think it'd be better to try to see if the buyout situation could happen with Chris Paul. But the only 2 guys I see that the Thunder, should keep their ears open and be like, okay, let's stay on the lookout. If we can get a good deal for these guys, that's not going to upset too much of the team's chemistry. Let's do it. And I think both those guys, because of their salary and the amount of picks the team has, you could do something like that for one of Cameron Johnson or Bobby Portis. And they're on the market. They're both on the market. We know this. If Houston were to get De'Aaron Fox or Devin Booker, however, I'd probably have them beat OKC, but Houston needs to get number 1. No, Houston's not in the runnings for Devin Booker or De'Aaron Fox. Devin Booker's not in the trade market. De'Aaron Fox is, But everyone knows he's trying to do his, work his ass off to get to San Antonio. All right. Denver, not worried about them. Not necessarily worried about them. We saw what happened that first game of Chet versus Jokic. I'm not worried. I am not worried whatsoever. And they haven't made a move either as well. Dallas fans are leaving Phil and welcome aboard to OKC. I'd gladly accept some Dallas fans. I'm fine with that. Thunder need a ball handler off the bench to tread water in the non-SGA minutes. I think Tyus Jones, Malcolm Brogdon, and Chris Paul would be the ideal. We had AJ Mitchell. All right. We had AJ Mitchell. I'm trying to keep that in mind. And we also have Nikola Topic for next season, who I am really high on. At first, when the team drafted him, I was devastated. I was like, why would we do this? All right. The more I look at it, the more I look at his tapes, who he is as a player, I'm really high on Nikola Topic. So, if anything, it's like a 1-year rental for a backup point guard, especially if AJ Mitchell being out now, and then you're just kind of done with him. That's why I'm waiting on a Chris Paul buyout situation. If not, you could always run a double big lineup with Hartenstein and Chet, all right, because that'd be interesting to see. And then you move Cason Wallace to the bench, and he's your primary ball handler off the bench, and it's not like he's a horrible guy, ball handling wise. He's a good point guard. He could run that squad, and you also have Alex Caruso when he's healthy. What did you do if SGA went to Dallas, Luka went to OKC? I'd wake up from my nightmare. That's what I would do. Clay Bennett or Jerry Jones? Clay Bennett. All right. Trade Usman Jang, Nikola Topic for a big man. I don't want to trade Topic. I don't. All right. I don't want to trade Topic. Let me just put that out there. I do not. He's one of my guys where it's like, no, please don't do it because I'm extremely high on him. I think he has such a high ceiling. I think he could be an all-star in this league if he could just develop a shot. And that's a blessing in disguise with this ACL injury he has. That's all he can do. So, I'm just saying if Houston were to get a number 1 guard, Jalen Green just went absolutely crazy against us, I could very well see Houston beating us. I think with the wings they have, they can shut us down. No, I just don't think so. I just truly... I get it. They are having a great season, but you have to look at it like this. They are doing the same thing that we did last season. All right? That's what it is. They're in the same spot. They don't have the experience. They don't have the playoff mentality yet to do that. Yes, they have good players, but you need to get acclimated to the playoffs, and that's why I think Thunder have a chance this year because they got acclimated last season. They traded Lucas because they didn't want to pay him max or don't ever want to hear how OKC him. Yeah. That's why they didn't want to pay that max. And, looking on it, it was, Nico Harrison wasn't lying when he said it was because of his weight and defensive ability. They traded Luka because he wasn't going to resign. He released the message. I'll read the message, you guys. He would have re-signed with the team. 100% he would have. 100%. I'll read the letter, all right? Dear Dallas, 7 years ago, I came here as a teenager to pursue my dream of playing basketball at the highest level. I thought I'd spend my career here, and I wanted so badly to bring you a championship. The love and support you all have given me is more than I could ever dreamed for a young kid from Slovenia coming to the U.S. for the first time. You made North Texas feel like home. Good times, bad times, from injuries to the NBA Finals. Your support never changed. He would have stayed. I think he was re-signing. He loved the Mavericks. He loved what they were building there. I think he would have retired a Maverick if they didn't trade him. All right? He wasn't going to leave. I'm telling you right now, he was going to stay. Clay Bennett would stand up. I think so. Makes a better matchup against Lakers and Mavs if we meet in the playoffs. Mavs, one older playmaker. Lakers, no center. Bonus, we get picks off the Mavs 2028 pick. Yep, we do, and it's unprotected. Houston is a team that's looking scary. They are, like I mentioned, though, they are in the same position and boat as the Thunder last season. Is Lucas 300 pounds or something? Apparently, he was 270. Luka doesn't even live in Dallas. He lives in LA. He was going to leave. He wasn't. You don't understand. Players have homes all over the country. Shai has a home in Toronto. Does that mean he's going to leave to Toronto? That's where he mainly lives. All right. They have NBA players have houses in the city they play in, and then in the city that they like to spend their summer in. That's why. Look, I'm still going to take OKC just because I don't trust Jalen Green to be consistent against Wallace, Dort, and Caruso. Differences SGA, but they're going to make OKC work. I didn't say they weren't going to make OKC work. I'm just saying they're not at that level yet. All right. This ruins rivalry. Yeah, it does. It does. Houston definitely in the future are going to be a powerhouse. Yes, they will. They will. I think Butler's going to Dallas and Lauri Markkanen is going to Lakers. Why do you think Butler's going to Dallas? All right. I want to know why you think that. Lauri isn't being traded. He lost all his value. He lost all his value this season. All right. He has an apartment in LA during the summer as trainer. He does. But that's my thing. It's like they own multiple houses. NBA athletes own multiple houses. Just because they have a house somewhere doesn't mean that's where they want to play. If that was the case, everyone would want to play in LA. That would be the case. Oh, Luka got to get down to 230 at least. Yeah. It's just, there's a lot of stuff going on now. Like, I'm also curious if OKC is now going to take this as like, oh my God, everyone's in a frenzy now. Maybe we can pull off a steal of a trade. Butler just isn't going to Dallas. Like, everyone's saying it's going to be an Anthony Davis for Jimmy Butler swap. No, it's not. That then makes the Mavericks even worse, in my opinion. Okay? He has fallen off a hill. He can't be traded this season either, like Matthew said. It's just... And that one doesn't make sense to me either whatsoever. The only trade I could see that sends Butler to Dallas, and this is a pipe dream, by the way, all right? Butler is not going to Dallas Mavericks. He is either going to the Phoenix Suns or he's sitting out the rest of the season, all right? That's what's happening. That is what's happening. But the only trade that could get Butler to Dallas would be PJ Washington, Daniel Gafford, probably another player, and 2 first-round picks. They only have 3 first-round picks that they can trade. I know Nico Harrison went out of his mind right there, but someone, like, now their owner has to step up. Mark Cuban has to step up and say something, all right? I'm not saying Dallas wouldn't want him, all right? Phantom. They have to do PJ and Gafford. PJ is a killer in the playoffs, okay? If they trade Gafford, their only center is Anthony Davis. That is their only center left, all right? So I would be glad if Dallas does trade for Butler. I don't think it's ever going to happen, okay? I don't think so. He's trying to sit out and get to Phoenix, and if he doesn't get to Phoenix, he'll sit out this season, all right? I know he has a no-trade clause, and he rejected the trade. I know he did, all right? He didn't reject the trade. He just hasn't waived his no-trade clause. He still has to do some, they have to try to convince him, okay? It's like I said, I would be glad if the Dallas Mavericks did trade for Jimmy Butler, because then that means they trade Daniel Gafford and PJ Washington, 2 guys that kill Oklahoma City all the time. Then they have no depth whatsoever. They are a 5-man deep team. They would have to do the Tom Thibodeau effect and play guys for 42 minutes a game where they eventually get injured because of overusage. That's why I don't think the trade will ever happen, because they realize, like, if we do this, we literally have no team left and we don't stand a chance. Okay? I think they're keeping Davis as well. Like, I'll agree with you there. It would have to be PJ and picks, but you also have to throw in Gafford there. And looking at their picks, they don't have any valuable picks left. All right? Cuban isn't owner anymore. Cuban would have said no. The problem was they entrusted so much confidence into Nico Harrison where the owners no longer got involved. They trusted him, and so Nico Harrison did this in the shadows without telling anyone in the organization. It was literally just him and Pelinka talking about that trade. That was it. No one wants money or a player. Yeah. It's just, man, there's so much uncertainty now in the league with, like, trades, what teams are, how teams are going to look in the future. There's a ton of uncertainty. Also, take the moment aside here. All right. We're once again doing a little giveaway on the channel. Okay. So for the month of February, all my earnings will be donated to the American Heart Association in honor of my sister. And so what that entails is just however much I make on the channel this month, all that will be donated in her name towards charity to the American Heart Association. But, we have a goal of $500 raised, and my thing that I'm going to do here, all right, for the top donators, okay? So if you want to get involved in everything, we'll do a giveaway, all right? Top 3 donators, get a jersey, all right? I'll pick the jersey and everything, but it's not like there's $140 jerseys, $170 jerseys that you got to buy on, like, Fanatics and everything. Get them from, back, online shop. DHgate, shout out. They're great, all right? Literally these jerseys I got, all right? This Russell Westbrook Native American Heritage Night jersey, I got it from him. It's fire. Great quality jersey, all right? Great quality jersey. This J. Will City Connect, all right? I also got for them. Great quality, all right? It is stitched as well. Great quality. What else have we got here? What else have we got here? This Shai jersey right here. Boom. Great quality Shai jersey. City Connect from 2021, I believe. Stuff like this, all right? Great quality jerseys for like $20 as well, so it's cost efficient for me and everything. But if you guys want to get in on that giveaway and everything, it goes to the top 3 donators on the channel. It goes to a good cause, so keep that in mind, all right? Your money is going to a good cause. It's not going to me. It's going to charity, all right? I want to make that clear. So if you guys want to get a part of that, that's how you can, okay? But yeah, what do I miss? At this point, I don't really care about a record. We will win 60 plus. I just want to be fully healthy come playoff time. Same. All right, same. I agree for the most part. If Tyus Jones or CP3 were to be on the buyout market, the only guy I'm interested in a buyout as a point guard is CP3, as we already know he works well with Shai and Dort. Now, imagine what he can do mentor-wise for guys like Jalen Williams, Nikola Topic, Cason Wallace, AJ Mitchell. Those guys would be fire. Would be fire. Seeing Anthony Davis not on the Lakers was a huge sigh of relief. That was the only team I was nervous to play in the West simply because Anthony Davis plays like Megatron against our bigs. Not really. Chet and Hartenstein defend well against Anthony Davis. All right? They've had some games where, of course, you know, like Anthony Davis, he has the experience that he can. But our guys are smart where they learn how to guard them, and they ended up doing very well. That Shai jersey is nice. Hey, if you want that, all right? If you want that, donate to the channel. Be one of the top 3 donors, and you could potentially get that one. All right, I'll keep that in mind. All right. Granted, it isn't a big part of the problem because we have iHeart as a passing hub, but still, yeah, it's not. But, you know, it's always nice to have that backup ball handler. There's no team in the West who can beat us now. No more Mavs or Lakers. I truly think it is now, like, if you're going based off a tier list, it is Thunder. You have a Gap, all right? Then you have, like, Rockets, all right? Who else? I even think, like, Grizzlies right there, okay? You could even throw in the Nuggets right there. Gap, okay? Lakers, Warriors, Suns, those type of people. Timberwolves, okay? You could even throw in the Mavs, but that's kind of how I have the tier list right there. And also, if we were to get CP3 or second ball handler, we'd just be Cleveland with slightly worse bigs. Whoa, 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 whoa. Slightly worse bigs? Are you telling me you'd rather have Evan Mobley than Chet Holmgren? Is that what you're telling me right now? Yeah, but technically he only has one right now because Derek Lively is out, and also they're still trying to trade Daniel Gafford. So technically he's going to be the only center in Dallas. As long as PJ is on the team, so that's still a threat to the Thunder. Yes, always. All right. Finally push our chips in for Cooper Flag or Laurie. Laurie, no, stay away from Laurie now, okay? Because of the contract. It's going to mess things up for Chet and Dub in the future now. Cooper Flag, I'm fine with where we're at in the draft because of how many good players are there. All right. People are saying Dallas wants to move to Las Vegas. I thought they were getting an expansion team. They're getting an expansion team. People are just probably reporting it wrong. Are we still in on Cam Johnson? Apparently we were out, never on there. Apparently, I can still see that trade happening if they're just trying to get rid of him. Like, we just at least want this pick here. No. We keep forgetting a chemistry thing here when we're talking about these trades. All right. Gafford hates Oklahoma City. He does. He hates the players on the team. All right. Dallas should never trade for a guy from OKC, and OKC should never trade for a guy from Dallas because of how much those teams hate each other and those players hate each other. Okay. PJ Washington is still going to try to keep that up. Still not going to be the same effect. Now Luka's out, but because of the fact that they hate each other so much, it could tear the team from the inside out. No. Don't ever say that again, okay? Don't ever say that again, all right? I mean, as a tandem between Chet and iHeart and Mobley and Allen is close. I just give Mobley and Allen as a tandem on the slightest edge. They're not offensive players, though, all right? I have Hartenstein, even with Allen, I have Chet better than Mobley, okay? Chet's a better defender than both of them and a better offensive scorer than both of them. iHeart is not a better defender than Mobley and Allen, but he's a better offensive player. So, like, I just truly think because of that, yeah. It would be fire when you look at stats and everything and how they play, but it's the fact that Gafford hates the Thunder so much, it would tear the team from the inside out. He would sit out. Bulls hated Dennis Rodman and still traded for him. They didn't hate Dennis Rodman. They hated the Pistons. There's a difference, all right? They hated the Pistons. There have been actual fights. You don't like the reason Cason Wallace is wearing a mask and has a facial fracture is because of Daniel Gafford. That's the reason. He literally injured one of their players, and trading for him would not work in any world now because of that. Okay? If he was kind of just chilling, doing his one thing, all right? And so it's hold on, guys. Hold on. 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 There might be something happening. Apparently, a De'Aaron Fox trade is close to happening. Apparently. Whoa. So, also, guys, just came out. The Mavericks were originally trying to get Obi Toppin before they decided on the Doncic Davis trade. Caruso being hurt so much is part of his play style. It sucks, but I think the Thunder are starting to figure out a little bit and figure out his limits, minute restrictions to where he's not going to get injured as much and still impact the team. Because they're in championship mode, yeah, but you got to think he injured one of our guys. All right, he injured one of our guys, man. That's why I don't want the trade to happen. That's why. All right. This season, yes, they'll be trash. Next season, though, people want to play with Wemby. All right. They're willing to take pay cuts just to play with Wemby. Okay. That's why that's scary. That would just be, the kind of, like starting mode for them right there. But like I was saying, they were trying to trade Maxi Kleber and a pick for Obi Toppin before this Doncic and Davis trade. How you went to that kind of level of insanity is crazy. Yeah. Okay. So apparently, De'Aaron Fox trade talks have heated back up. All right. Um, Matt George reporting on it, who I can confirm, who is the Locked On Kings guy, and he's also a reporter in Sacramento. He just tweeted out, as you can imagine, this is a franchise-altering decision by the Kings, not to mention the job implications for the front office. The trade can be close and temporarily cool off as the Kings debate if it's the right move or look for other options. This will continue until either deadline or a deal gets done. So we could see a Fox deal happen today. Honestly, we could see that. We could see a Fox deal happen today. I could see that, Austin, in 2027. I could see it. Houston, San Antonio, Dallas should all have been good real teams. I don't know about Dallas trade now. Yeah. I believe Fox and Spurs would be gearing up for next year with Fox, Wemby, and Castles only confirmed people staying in San Antonio. Yes, but like I said, people want to play with Wemby. They're willing to take pay cuts just to play with Victor Wembanyama. If I was the Suns, I say screw Butler and go get Fox. I honestly love that. I love that, but De'Aaron Fox, he would say no to that and be like, nah, I ain't going. He only wants to go to the Spurs. All right, that's the only place he really wants to go. Fox to Thunder? Hell no. Hell no. Oh my God. Also, all right. Over under 3 trips to finals in 5 years for OKC. Honestly, 3 trips might be the perfect amount for him. Anyways, all right. Nico Harrison also was the one that gave the pitch to Steph to sign with Nike. All right. During his work at Nike, he botched a 2013 presentation of Stephen Curry, where according to Harrison, he may have called him Seth. And the presentation used was made for Kevin Durant. This, along with not offering Curry a signature shoe, caused the superstar to switch from Nike and sign with Under Armour. So, yeah, this dude has generational fumbles. Someone said 80 asked for a center and they sent him to American Airlines Center. Also, I hate how this is taken away from the fact that Aaron Wiggins dropped 41 points last night. The Thunder had 70 rebounds, whereas the Kings only had 39. Bro, Dub is already better than Fox. Yeah, I could see that. Also, Jack Settleman, I love him. I love Snapback Sports. Part of the reason I started doing this whole thing here was because of watching them as a kid and seeing where they grew into. I was like, man, maybe I could do the same thing. All right. Jack Settleman tweeted out that the Thunder should push all their chips in and trade Dub and a package of picks for Kevin Durant. That is one of the stupidest trades I've ever heard. I'm going to be honest. All right. I am going to be honest. That is one of the worst trade ideas I've ever heard. Financially, you have to include Hartenstein and Dort in that deal to make it work. Or like Hartenstein and Wiggs. And then also Dub to make it work. Then you have to throw in like 2-3 first-round picks just to get Kevin Durant back in return. It just makes no sense, all right? It just makes no sense. Better shooting version of Westbrook. I see that. Agree with you, but that's rational behind the Spurs trading for Fox. Give Wemby a number 1 guard, Castle. I'd like him Spurs to keep Sohan, but retool the roster from there in the offseason. Yeah, I think Spurs have a good chance, and you can never count out their front office. They're one of the best in the league. But this season wouldn't do anything. It would be the next few season. It would mean huge. Trade Flagler and Jones for picks and sign Brandon Carlson for 5 years. Chill, my boy Flagler. He might be coming on a stream during the All-Star break, so chill with that stuff, man. Chill with that. That's actually, bro, chill on him. Westbrook, way better than Fox. All time, yes. This season, no. De'Aaron Fox is legit. We don't want this snake back, and he's past his prime. Exactly. Like, no. It just makes no sense, man. No sense. Financially and long-term, doesn't make any sense. The Kings are a good team. They beat some good competition by their records. They have a good, set and everything, but it's a team full of just like good or mid players. All right? That's all it is. Team full of good or mid players. That's never going to do you anything. Never. They don't have a superstar. Trade for Jokic? No. You guys don't understand. You could say all this stuff and everything, but you have to look at what the Thunder have to give up in return to get him. All right? To match contracts and everything. It just doesn't make sense. All right? That's why. Thunder Mount Rushmore, KD, Russ, SGA, Mr. Thunder as of now. I'd take KD off and put on Steven Adams. I'll be honest. He doesn't deserve to be on Mount Rushmore after how he left the team. Be honest. Westbrook has a better mentality than Fox, but talent-wise, he's not. Yeah. Trade for Bronny. I can get behind this. Trade for Bronny James. He's the next big thing. All right, that's what the Thunder needed to do right there. Trade for Bronny James. Trade for Bronny. What else you guys got for me? What else? What else? What else you guys got? Nick Collison, Mount Rushmore. Yeah, that's Mr. Thunder, man. That's Mr. Thunder. That's his nickname. No. Like I said, that's not how trades work. You can't just trade picks and be like, oh, we got this player in return. You got to match salaries, man. It's embarrassing. OKC has one title. We've only been around since 2008. Yeah, like, you're doing a lot better than some teams that have been around for longer than us. Doing better than the Hornets have been longer than us. All right? Doing better than the Magic. Doing better than a lot of teams. Doing better than the Suns. He was good, yeah. I just don't think he deserves to be on Mount Rushmore because I left the team. Wiggins saving basketball. That simple. Tell us about the Shai jersey. The Shai one that I got, man. If you want that jersey, you gotta donate. That's simple. And like I said, all right, this month, all of the money I make from donations, from the videos and everything, it doesn't go to me. It goes to the American Heart Association. All right. And, for charity, top 3 donators will get a jersey. I'll send them to you guys. I'll ask, like, hey, what player do you want? What kind of jersey you want? If you want that Shai jersey, I can work it out and be like, boom, we can try to get this if they're still selling them and get it to you guys. All right. So that's simple. If you guys want a chance to win those, donate. Try to be one of the top 3 donators. I'll try to update it every week as well. And like, hey, these are the top 3 guys in charge right now. Try to beat them out. At least OKC didn't tank too hard. Yeah. We have more playoff wins than Orlando, Memphis, New Orleans, Toronto, and Charlotte, and we've been around longer than all of them. Wiggins should start. Yes and no. I've really liked him off the bench right now, and I'm fine with that. Cason Wallace has, solidified himself as a starter. Signed Steven on a vet minimum in the offseason. Yeah. Nick Collison did everything for team. Ultimate glue guy. Yeah. I love Nick Collison. That's the next jersey I need to get. Jokic low-key might give us 3 rings if we could keep our starting lineup. That is. You couldn't, though. You couldn't. All right. And the Nuggets have never traded away Jokic anyways. I don't want him on the team. I don't. All right. I don't want Jokic on this team. Vassell Johnson, 3 firsts for Fox and Kevin Huerter. What do you think? No. That wouldn't do it. That wouldn't do it. Because, you got to remember, contracts, man. Contracts, you got a salary match. You can't just say, oh, here are 5 picks. If you 5 picks and Ousmane Dieng and give us Kevin Durant in return. You got to match contracts. There's a salary cap. You have to do that. And that's the only way the trades can work. So that trade wouldn't work financially anyways. Aaron Wiggins over Andrew Wiggins. I can also get behind that. Trade Shai for, okay. Say something stupid like that again, and you're getting put in timeout. It's not like, it has any headway. It's just a bunch of speculation and kind of, the love child of a bunch of the Thunder content creators is what it is. Lies about Johnson, they were never lies. Sorry, I reported on people talking about it. All right? Sorry, I did my job and reported on trade rumors surrounding this team. They were never lies. OKC's new team? Yes, it is. All right? Chill on my boy Jesus. Chill. You think OKC gonna win against the Bucks tomorrow? Injury report. Let me check the injury report first, and I'll tell you. Because I saw it was tweeted out by Clemente. All right, injury report tomorrow. Dub, Caruso, and Cason Wallace are all questionable. I could see Dub and Caruso being back for the game. Cason Wallace possibly not. But yeah, I like the odds. How about we keep it a secret and blind some people trade Dort for Giannis? Hell no. You can't trade Dort. Does it reset the trade market as far as value for picks, where it just now looks like a 2 first-rounder value instead of a 5 first? Yeah, it's absurd. The fact they couldn't get more than 1 first-round pick is what throws me off around this whole thing. I get Josh Giddey didn't get any picks back in return, but you got an all-defensive player, all right? Bulls should have got one of those picks. The fact that Luka Doncic was only worth a player swap and then a first-round pick, only 1 pick more than Josh Giddey, is crazy to me. It's crazy. Then why are you here? Why are you here? Okay, that's the problem. You follow everyone else's chat channels, always hop on the wagon and then say, oh, my bad. No, I follow reporters around the league. I follow Shams, who tweeted out saying, yes, the Thunder have serious interest in Cameron Johnson 2.5 months ago. If you want to hate, get the fuck out. That's simple. If you want to hate, leave. That's simple. Unsubscribe, leave, get the fuck out of here. That's all I got to say to you then, man. That's all I got to say. There's no reason to hate. No reason whatsoever, okay? No reason. I'm not, yeah, sorry, mild crash out there. Mild crash out. All right. Most proud of the team and organization OKC built and established the Thunder way. He said it meant the most to him in his career. Yeah. Their Mavs management didn't want to pay Luka another extension because they're relocating funds to pay for a casino. Wouldn't surprise me. All right, wouldn't surprise me. Let him fucking know. Yeah, no, like honestly, get the fuck out of here. Get out. If you're gonna come here to hate, do it somewhere else. All right, do it somewhere else. That's simple. When have I ever lied to create content? I have always provided the sources. Always, always, always provided the sources for you guys, saying like, yes, all right, here's where it came from. Here's exactly where it came from. I try to limit myself from Evan Sittering, all right, because I know he is a sham. So I try to go with Brett Siegel, Shams, and a bunch of other team reporters based around that team, okay? That's what I do. That's simple. I have never lied on it whatsoever. I report on what we were shown. That's it. No, you're fucking done, man. You're fucking done. Get the fuck out of here. I ain't dealing with your shit. Sorry for that crash out, guys. I try to limit cussing and everything. I truly do. But sometimes it just gets absurd. It just gets absurd. It just gets absurd. I ain't gonna deal with that. I ain't gonna deal with that shit. He's not real. No, Evan Siddery's not real. Justifiable crash out, thank you. Not gonna lie, y'all might hate me for this, but I'm kind of mad that there's no more competition for us left in the West. I mean, I'm not gonna hate you for that. It just doesn't make it fun on the pathway. Like, yeah, we're blowing everyone out, but like, man, you know, it's always fun to see those tight games. I don't think the Mavs can get the best of us. I don't think so. I don't think so. Bro's hating for no reason. It's like, when have I ever lied to you guys? When? Also, one sec. I gotta text Dylan Thunder Chats real quick. That's my boy. I'm trying to get him on another stream as well. Sorry. All right. I feel like OKC fans are the most chill fans. Yes, we try to be. All right. But when you have people like that, dude, who are clearly fans of only certain players and they just follow one player and they make the fandom just horrible, like some guys on Twitter always do, it makes it worse. Like that right there. All right. I feel like our championship doesn't mean as much anymore. It's still going to be a championship. No matter what, it's going to be the first championship in league, franchise history. And so it'll be good. OKC needs to move East for more competition. East is even weaker. I like the trade for the Mavs. Everyone's losing their mind for the long term, but Mavs got serious length now. You can play AD at the 4. They're still trying to shop Gafford, though, is my thing. I'm trying to say here. Like, they're still trying to shop him. All right? Still trying to trade him. But I'm going to call it good there, as I think I'm going to go play some Marvel Rivals with Thunder Chats. And so, which I might do some streams of that as well. Trade for Herb. I would have loved that to happen, but Pelicans aren't going to trade for Herb whatsoever. I think that'd be perfect for the team, but anyways, as always, take care of yourself. Like I mentioned, I'll make a community post about it, highlighting what we're doing this month. But like I said, all the proceeds this month are going to charity. All right, they're going to the American Heart Association, and I'm rewarding the top 3 donors who help out trying to raise money, as we have a goal of $500 this month for it. All right, top 3 donors, you're going to get a free jersey. I'll send you a jersey and everything. Like, look, boom, here it is. Bada boom, bada bing, bam. You have it, boom, whatsoever, as a reward for donating to a good cause. All right, that's all I got. Okay, please, please, please take care of yourself as always. All right, love each and every single one of you guys, and I'll kind of see you guys in the next stream. All right, peace.